At the beginning of the episode, we once again get a flash of purple within the first second, and this was my first clue that things are probably going to be going in the same direction as the last episode. It's fairly clear that the episode is the same thing, just with different backgrounds and environments. For example, this episode sees Freddy and friends in a building located in the forest instead of just the forest. The exterior of this building also seems to remind me of Fredbear's Family Diner, which I don't think was intentional, but it was interesting to point out nonetheless. Instead of popping up from behind a tree this time, we see the gang pop out from behind a door with a star on it. Not sure if it's supposed to be a changing room or a nod to the glam rock animatronics. But playing them side by side, the two scenes are basically identical. They again look scared, but for unknown reasons. We then cut to the first walking scene, where the Stitch Wraith had made an appearance last time in the form of a glitch. However, there's no glitch this go around, just them walking in front of some doors with stars on it. Many doors, mind you. But nothing too out of the ordinary as far as I could tell, aside from the number of doors. We then see Foxy, who's chillin' like he was when Freddy asked him to join the gang last time. Obviously, he didn't join the gang if these are meant to be like a sequence of events, and that's where these episodes finally differ aside from location, because instead of Freddy asking Foxy if he wanted to join their crew, Chica is the one talking. And for some reason, despite being like a backup singer, she can't actually talk. She just balks. Like the captions actually say balk balk balk. Like what the hell? Foxy then shows his hook like last time and Chica flips out like Freddy did, and then they proceed on with the Scooby-Doo style chase, being even more Scooby-Doo now because they're running through doors. Cut to Foxy being confused as to why they ran and then chasing them anyway. I point out that he looks confused because that's going to be important later. And based on this scene, I think I know where the next episode is going. I think we have probably 2 more episodes before we actually get a security breach release date. I pointed out last time that Bonnie seems awfully chill about this, and he remains as such this episode. So I believe that next episode we will have Bonnie asking Foxy if he wants to join, because Chica and Freddy are too scared. Then when he raises his hook, Bonnie isn't going to run away because he isn't scared. So Foxy will actually end up joining them, and we'll be introduced to the animated version of either Vanny or Purple Guy, but probably Vanny because it's security breach, who Foxy will end up talking to in the next episode before she probably wipes them all out. Now, going back to actually episode 2, at 44 seconds we get another glitch, similar to the Stitch Wraith one from the last episode. However, this time it happens over the chase through the doors scene, and it appears to be Montgomery Gator instead of the Stitch Wraith. Now, in interest of full disclosure, this could also be Happy Frog from the mediocre melodies introduced in FNAF 6, but considering how this is a teaser for Security Breach, I think it's safe to say that this is Monty. However, this also makes me think about why they included the Stitch Wraith last time if this is supposed to be Security Breach trailers and related to that game. And perhaps maybe everyone was actually right about the arm. That it is the Stitch Wraith's arm, however it's possessed by William Afton. Cut to Bonnie then hiding in the potted plant that was at the end of the hallway during the chase scene, exactly like how he was hiding in the tree stump last episode. Now, this may be me looking too much into things, okay? I know that. However, I noticed that the markings on the wall behind Bonnie in the scene look to be 1s and 0s. So I took the 11010 that I could see and looked it up what it would be translated from binary. And 11010 is actually 2. So I don't know if this animator was throwing in a reference to the episode number or if it's just me trying to find more things to talk about. Probably the latter, if I'm being totally honest. I don't even know if that was the actual right number. I think I missed a 0. I think it might have been 110010, but nonetheless, well, it is what it is. The gang then unmasks Foxy and learns that they're all robots again, which shocks Freddy and Chica but not Bonnie like the last time. However, my question now is why are they shocked? Like, assuming this is a linear timeline of events, which it seems to be since now they're in a house in the woods instead of just the woods. They unmasked him last episode, so why are they all shocked to find out that he's a robot again? Like what? It makes no sense. Like, you know this man is a robot. You did this literally last week or even earlier if this is like a day by day thing. Like what the heck? Cut to the group performing in the pizzeria for a passed out rabbit that looks a hell of a lot like Bonnie and a pink chicken that looks like it could be another version of Chica. Maybe Funtime Chica, maybe a dyed glam rock Chica, I don't know. The song goes, quote, "We're hopping into the jalopy, gonna go for a ride. To the pizza shop with our friends. We're jumping and a rockin' till the sun goes down and the moon is shining forever and ever. Cut to the screen going static and the last couplet taking on a whole new meaning, as we see the sun animatronic from the later Security Breach trailer standing in front of the static, who then transitions into the Moondrop animatronic, confirming one of my earliest theories on these games. Something that I'm sure a lot of people thought of, but I came up with it myself. Like, I didn't look anything up for those Security Breach videos, so like I had come up with that like on my own at that point. So it's nice to have a theory of mine confirmed. See? I know what I'm talking about. We then get the Security Breach logo, which has a very similar animation to how the FNAF 4 logo was revealed in the trailer for FNAF 4, which I didn't actually notice the last time, but that makes me think that maybe there's a stronger connection here. Maybe Gregory and the Crying Child are supposed to be the same person, or I guess representations of each other. However, this time around we get different numbers across the bottom. Last time I went through them so that you could see, last time I went through them to see if there was like any significance, but why the hell would I do that again? Because I love to torture myself. So we start off with 677566, and now I'm just gonna read off the numbers I see because Jesus Christ, there's a lot again. 367756, 536775, 533775, 475443, 224754, 222754, 571321, and then a whole lot more, none of which actually appear to be dates or anything close to it, and looking up hexadecimal codes last time didn't really do anything, so I don't see a point in repeating the same process, because no thank you.
Number 10, where to next? So one of the theories I've been wondering about is, what do all of these locations mean? And where could we be heading next on this tour? We've been to some interesting places, a forest, a few houses, or restaurants, not really sure, a cave, but where are we headed next? Episode 4 seems to be where we break the mold a bit in terms of the formula of these episodes. Instead of us ending the episode with everyone back on the tour bus after singing, Freddy and friends end the episode walking on. Is it possible that this means they might already be at their final destination? And perhaps they, don't need to drive anymore, they can just walk there. And what would make the most sense for that final destination? I feel like it's very likely we'll be heading to the Mega Pizzaplex to meet some new characters in these final episodes as we get closer to Security Breach's release.
And at 9, guest starring. The idea that Glitchtrap and Vanny would be appearing in these videos has already been confirmed. I mean, like, the idea about it, not that it's actually gonna happen. I mean, it did happen, but I'm not talking about just the glitches as puzzles or surprise characters. I mean genuine animated characters guest starring in the show, and I think that's where it's headed. Currently we're 4 episodes in, and those 4 episodes have all featured a specific animatronic heavily. We've had Freddy, then Chica, then Bonnie, then Foxy, and now, seemingly with 2 more episodes to go, the next one will be revealing the month most likely that the game comes out. But who will the show be focusing on now that Foxy's joined the gang? I mean, it would make sense for it to be Vanny and Glitchtrap, but more specifically Vanny since she will be the main antagonist of the game, and this is a wonderful way of confirming that she and the security guard Vanessa are 2 different people, since they've established to take the mask off the character they catch at the end of the episode and then get surprised by the results, even if it's a robot and everyone else is a robot. So could Vanny be the next one up, followed by Glitchtrap in an Afton face reveal? I think it would probably glitch out before we actually saw his face though, honestly, so I don't know.
Number 8, where have we been? So we've talked about where we might end up, who we might see in these next episodes, but where exactly are we coming from on our tour? Well, the first location seems to be a forest, and honestly, other than, I don't know, maybe FNAF World, I'm not exactly sure what the relevance of this location could be. I haven't figured that one out yet. But the second episode seems to resemble a lot the Freddy Fazbear's location we see in FNAF 2, right down to the checkered floors and the half-papered walls. The third episode also seems to have a familiar feel, at least when it comes to the internal appearance of the building. While externally this place looks the same, inside the hallway resembles something out of the house from FNAF 4. The windows over the doors kinda look similar to the windows that we see on the exterior of that house. Once again, the hallway is half papered, which is also something that you might notice in the house in FNAF 4. Even the plant at the back seems to have a similar color design scheme to a plant you can sometimes spot near the side table by the bed. The fourth episode location is also maybe a little bit more abstract. like the first. It could either be a reference to sister location, which is underground, like the cave we roam in, or it could be a more direct reference to the walkway we seem to run through in the Security Breach trailer, located beneath the Mega Pizzaplex hewn into rocky terrain.
And at 7, Chill Bonnie. Okay, bro, honestly, in all these episodes, Bonnie is the chillest dude ever. I don't know why. I don't know what he's on, but honestly, I'd like to borrow some. I have no idea why Bonnie is being so chill in these videos. Some thought it's because he was sentient or aware that everyone is a robot, so there aren't really consequences. Some thought it's because he wanted to be dismantled, which is dark. And I thought it was because he was gonna be the one to recruit Foxy onto the team. However, for some reason, they still ran away, which makes no sense to me, since why would you run if you weren't scared? But whatever. Honestly, it could be because Bonnie isn't going to be in Security Breach and that's why he's so chill and why this episode was glitching out more than the others, but after the discovery in episode 4, I think that they were just introducing the concept of the purple glitch so that we wouldn't be as suspicious in the next episode, but honestly, I think that they should have made the other sections pink instead of yellow so it would have been harder to catch, but hey, either way, Bonnie's a stoner, confirmed at this point.
Number 6. Your Friend and Mine, Montgomery. While we've talked about the possibility of Glitchtrap and Vanny making a more cartoonish appearance perhaps in the next few episodes, it's also possible that they could be used to introduce us to some of the new animatronics featured in Security Breach. One such animatronic that might show up here is Montgomery Gator. We don't know that much about him yet, and considering that he is a friend of Freddy's in the band, it's likely that either Montgomery or I don't know, maybe Roxanne could be the focal points of future episodes. Although Foxy is also joined in now, so I mean that's also a possible character who could be prominently featured.
Halfway through into number 5, FNAF 4. There is an undeniable connection between Freddy and Friends on Tour and FNAF 4, thanks to the TV that also ends up indicating the year the game takes place in. On that same screen we can find a TV show called Fredbear and Friends, which some of us just took to show that the Freddy's brand was bigger than we thought, but it also strengthens the connection we've been debating since first seeing Gregory, that he seems to resemble Crying Child an awful lot, and the fact that this show, promoting a game that Gregory is a playable character in, is called Freddy and Friends instead of Fredbear and Friends is certainly not something to gloss over. This is a direct link to FNAF 4, but in a slightly more subtle way, and I mean like very slight. But does this mean that we'll start to learn more about Crying Child as a character? Will we be given his name? Or is his name actually Gregory? Is Greg the Crying Child? We don't know. But I guess we'll have to wait to find out. December 17th, I'm calling it. Same day No Way Home comes out, I'm calling it.
Number 4. Stitch Wraith. In episode 1 we get a glitched out frame that reveals a creepy face which appears to be mid-jump scare based on its positioning. The face is eerie with big white glowing eyes peering out of a white mask-like face. Many fans have theorized, and I think we're kinda in agreement here too on this channel, that this could be the face of the Stitch Wraith who appears in the Fazbear Frights books. The Stitch Wraith is a character that we've been pondering on for a while in regards to when or if it might make its way from the books to the games, and it looks like Security Breach might be the game that introduces us to this character, which would also be pretty momentous if we also get that time traveling ball pit, as that could be two direct connections from the books to the games, which otherwise seem to kind of take place within different continuities thus far.
Getting close to the end, and in number 3, new animatronic. In episode 3, we got our first look at a random new animatronic presumably appearing in Security Breach, but we have no idea where or even how because this guy looks freaking massive. All we see are its feet, which looks like hands, but you can't even see it on screen. This thing is so tall. I'm currently calling it the tall boy, but my question is where the hell did it come from and where does it fit? Because this seems too damn big to fit into a mall-sized pizzaplex. Unless it's shorter than I'm imagining, or the pizzaplex is bigger than I think, but either way, this doesn't really make sense considering how the freaking hell does this thing actually fit into the gameplay. Like, this came out of nowhere, unless it's just like a passive animatronic that walks around and doesn't really do anything other than block your path momentarily.
Number 2, Bonnie Host. One thing I have been theorizing for some time is that while Gregory seems to be a potential victim in Security Breach, if Glitchtrap does return, Gregory won't be the desired host for him. Neither will Vanny. We have all theorized for some time about what William Afton's motives could have been for the killings and all the experimentation, and many fans believe that immortality is his end goal. If this is true, then an animatronic host really seems like the best bet. One animatronic that is noticeably absent in the trailer? Bonnie. Hence why I believe Bonnie could very well be our next host for William Afton's Code, Spirit, or Essence, whatever you want to call it. Of course, Foxy is absent too, but Scott Cawthon has stated before that he's thought of Bonnie as the scariest animatronic. Also, if you want to carry on, that bunny killer theme, then Bonnie just seems to make the most sense here.
And finally, and in number 1, glitch trap roaming. This idea actually came from the YouTube comments of user HitBlank on our community post from when I found the hidden glitch trap in episode 4. We apparently weren't the first people to actually find it because someone found it on Reddit, but I found it on my own, so I'm still proud of it. But this comment suggested that glitch trap is now roaming through YouTube, and that's a pretty damn terrifying suggestion, but it can also explain a load of issues in the series. If this game is supposed to take place at the same time as FNAF AR, and glitch trap is controlling Vanny, that should be impossible. However, if glitch trap is on YouTube, now in 2021, it can explain a whole load of issues, since basically glitch trap could be using YouTube to try and travel. Appearing in these videos now, but getting uploaded later on thanks to people either playing the Fredbear virtual experience in the future and then putting it on their channels or something similar. Meaning he'd get uploaded to YouTube and then use it to travel back and create Vanny through these videos. Look, I know it's a stretch, but just bear with me. It also means that he could secretly be in these videos. What are your favorite Freddy and Friends theories?
Do you think we'll be headed to the Mega Pizzaplex next in episodes 5 and 6? Is the Mega Pizzaplex an animatronic?
Is glitch trap hiding inside of YouTube, more specifically in these videos? Let us know your thoughts down below.
Thank you so much for watching. This has been Top 10 Gaming and also our first FNAF collab ever.
Yeah.
And I am your host, Amanda McKnight.
And I have been and shall remain Connor Monroe, and Connor Monroe says cool farewell things.
Bye.
Yeah.